Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Trader Minute. Great to have you. And let's get to the top three. And top three today, I got two. There's other setups out there that I like, and I'll show you the setups out there as well. Um, but Halliburton and Monsanto are the two that I like the best. So let's go look at the charts. Halliburton, nice technical setup. So if I bring in the Vibe, yeah, let's look at this because I want to show you some things. We look at a Vibe. Now you're going to notice, I mean, for me, I look at the Vibe and say, hey, Carl, look, that 50-day move average is pointing down, so it's not considered a true Vibe. Yeah, you could say that. We've had a nice run right here. I mean, nice downturn right here. Look at the bottoming value. What I'm looking at here, look at the bottoming action that we're seeing right through this area. So the bottoms come in. Where's the volume? Hey, what about the next bottom, which is a higher bottom? What about that area? You notice the volumes step up as these bottoms are formed. The volume's big time volume here around 49 to $50 range. Big volume, never broke below 49. And then it runs, pulls back, got a little bit of a higher low right there, about 49.50 or so. Strong volume step in again. Okay. And what's been going on with the indicators at the same time? Well, it's off your screen. That might do it for you. One more notch. And indicators rising. So we've got some divergence going on here. Yeah, the stock's up a little bit of higher high there, but a very nice looking signal right here. Um, Also, now this might be a bit premature. Okay, you got a double bottom. I put this on because to me it looks like it's ready to go. Higher lows stepping in here. Strong bottoming volume stepping in here. The confirmation of this pattern would be a break above 51. Okay, but overall, it's a strong looking signal. I think the stock could run to 53. I'd push. You got the 50-day right there, and just looking here in the past little while, has the 50 been that significant to it? Not really. I mean, you can look at this area right there and say, well, it really was, Carl. Look at that. But really, in my opinion, what's the more important level right there? Well, 48. It wasn't really paying a lot of attention to the 50. It was more the 48 range along that area. Right here, no problem getting through the 50. It might consolidate a little bit around that point, but this stock to me and the group seemed to me it looks like a nice bullish setup there in Halliburton. The other one is Monsanto. One stock I put as a runner-up yesterday, Mosaic. Got some great follow through today. Now Monsanto, I'm laughing just because I'm thinking things in my head here. But Monsanto, it just could be way off the topic, so I won't tell you what I'm thinking, but it just makes me chuckle a little bit here. So Monsanto, we've seen this thing run up and run up and run up after some decent pullbacks. These are all decent pullbacks. It had already announced earnings. It had earnings over here on the 8th, which is this day right here. And that's where the big volumes come in. Earnings announcement after the bell on the 7th. And then the volume come in the 8th. So the decent announcement. But what happened? Sold off. Where did it go? Yeah, the 50. I'm going to look more here at the 112 area. 50, 112, very similar. Comes down to this area and it starts to hold. Really, the first big sell off after the earnings announcement came right to that 112 level. Yeah, it broke it for one day, and then the next day shoots back above it. And also, you look at the MACD. Well, Carl, the indicators aren't uptrending because you can see the MACD down a little bit in here. Okay. Well, look at these levels here where we saw these same type of signals. What was the MACD doing then? And this is very common when you see these signals off of stocks that have these bigger pullbacks than your average, up a little bit, down a little bit, up a little bit. They go up quite a bit, pull back a decent amount, and then go up quite a bit more and pull back a decent amount. These pullbacks are very common, and the MACD isn't always uptrending when you see this next leg higher. Okay. Now, would I like to see a little bit more strength to this candle? Yeah, I would. Just make it a little bit stronger technically. But this is still a good signal, a break here above the 7. If it closed up towards closer to the 114, a little bit stronger candle right in here. Still, this is a nice breakout here and likely to run higher. Price target here, this could go up to the 116, and I put that in the notes. Also in the notes, I put 110 by accident on the chart, and I didn't have time to go out and create a whole new chart. I wanted to get this out. So in the notes below the chart in the top 3 today, you'll see that the stop 112, not 110. 110 is way too far, sorry. So if you did happen to look into this trade, stop 112. Stock's trading about 113 or so in a $100 stock. Not that big, not significant move. It breaks down here. It's got a lot of support around that level as well. But yeah, if it ran up into the close a little bit, that would be great. It's still a nice looking bullish setup right here. Okay, so those are the top 3. Top 2 today is Halliburton and Monsanto. Halliburton and Monsanto. Stocks to look at. I mean, some runner-ups. And I looked at this one a little while ago with you. Pfizer. So what's Pfizer been doing? Well, it's had this nice slow uptrend going on here, and not a not a beautiful, not a perfect triangle pattern we got going on here, but yeah, it's a triangle pattern. And today breaking out of the pattern. Had some strong volume yesterday, a big major turnaround after the strong sell on Monday. A big turnaround, not quite, but almost a bullish engulfing pattern. Getting some follow through today on that. I'd love to see it here close above the 50, right where that's still a strong signal. It may retest the 50, but right now it's a strong. I like the signal. It's likely to run higher on Pfizer. It's a so I like that one. And then G&K. And again, we looked at this one earlier, and I believe someone has traded this. And today it's showing some nice, very nice action. So it off of the bottom, higher low. Now the higher low at 225. Now this is a low dollar stock. You could buy stock, but higher low would be right through here. They announced earnings February 17th. Now, again, Monsanto's already announced earnings. Halliburton's earnings are on the 21st. Halliburton's earnings are on the 21st. Okay. But this one with earnings on February 17th, this is a strong technical setup. How high could this go? Well, the recent high here is at 275. It could break out of that. It's got, notice the volumes today, very strong volumes. A dragonfly doji appeared yesterday afternoon above the 225 mark, which is pretty significant as well when it can hold above one of the round numbers like that, and a strong push up today. Yeah, and the shippers. Here's another shipper. What's a pretty good? I think one of the GNX, a very nice setup. One of the very strong setups here is also on Diana Shipping. All low dollar stocks. A little bit lighter volume here on at least a Diana here, but a strong setup here technically. Pull back, comes down to the 50, holds the 50, and then pushes higher. A nice reversal candle yesterday, pushing higher. Also had a dragonfly last Friday, and it got some follow through. The Monday was a sell off. I got caught up in the sell off on Friday. I'm sorry, on Monday this week, but overall it sold off, just closed barely negative on Friday, which is not that bearish. To see it start going yesterday was positive, but this move today brings the odds of more upside here well into play. Tesoro, not there yet. Let's see where this thing looks to hold and want to run higher. Now there's a stock more on the radar at this point. Johnson & Johnson is still there. Just yeah, you could try to anticipate this a push higher. That's likely what you're going to get, and this thing's probably off towards 100, but a nice stock to look at the radar. All right, I'm going to hop off here and end this recording, and I'll be right back on in about 5 minutes. Thanks, everybody.